All right, a few things to address before we get into the video. I am at my parents' place for a little bit, and I did get a haircut. Yes. So today's topic is going to be kind of like my art evolution, and I know art is subjective, and everybody has a different opinion on it, but I do like my art now. I do think it's good, and I am proud of it. So here is a piece from Sound of Metal, and this is just one of my favorite movies. And to the untrained eye, to somebody who hasn't watched the movie or who doesn't like analyze art for a living, you don't see all the little intricate stuff. So I'm gonna put it up again. But as you see, there's words right there. That's a quote, and it is "Serenity is no longer wishing you had a different past." Just kind of find meaning to that right now, and I appreciate that. And then I had to map that to the waves, to the sound waves, and I imagine a person with a cognitive implant or a cochlear implant would not see or hear words the same way in their brain. So I kind of made them messy, and then I did distort the Sound of Metal logo right there. But this is one of my later pieces, and I'm going to show you guys one of my older pieces now. Boom. So this is Snot. This is a rapper. And I was into him from like 2018 to like 2021, late 2021, when I saw him live. Boom, again. That's me almost touching him. I did touch his head. But yeah, so this is a piece with not as much like maturity in it. It's very kid like, just because of the colors alone. But it does hold the same intimacy to me, at least, just because if you look at it, you see the words on the side, which are all the album covers, and then the Japanese characters are actually the like characters for the favorite song on my favorite song on the album. That's just cool. It's just one of my fun things. But this was something I did in 10th grade of high school, and it represents where I was in my life. And I am going to show you guys more of my high school work, but I want to talk about some influences first. So let me get to that. One of my influences is like layered graffiti. I'm gonna flash some images on the screen here while I'm talking, like what it is. But I just think it's really beautiful that you can drive down the street and see art, that beautiful art, on top of beautiful art, and it just kind of changed how I saw layering, and that's what I use a lot in my artworks now, my pieces now is a whole bunch of layering, and yeah, it just really is really cool to me, and I really appreciate it. Another influence is album covers. I'm gonna flash a couple up. They are like hyperpop influenced, as you'll see in my later art. It's very like glitchcore, eye strain stuff. Um, but I use more like a collage, and this is where I kind of get the collage from. So I really like this one. Quinn's album covers, Quinn, Osquin, Parker, they all really are the same person, and I love their art, and they make a lot of it, and it's really cool, whether it be music or art. But yeah. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you guys some stuff I made later in high school, and some of my like physical stuff I made. The first one is gonna be this pig destroyer, like cover. I kind of wanted to make it feel sloppy. It's a screenshot of a YouTube video, and I just put black letters in front of it. It was really simple. Really didn't have to do much to get that one to work. And then the other one is Gulch. There's another band, but it was like their final show flyers, and like I imagine this would be something they would have posted or something like that before their final shows. But that's just another overlay. So this is when I start getting really into like images on top of images with like overlays, and that's just really complicated. That is a skeleton hoodie that I made. It was like bleach, way too many ribs, and the pelvis is huge on like the pockets area. So didn't try it again, but it turned out pretty well the first time. I was really excited. And these are my two favorite ones. So the first one is the Vietnam War influences, and it says "Know your enemy." Those words are taken from This is like my collage. These words, the words are taken from, or the letters are taken from like newspaper clippings from that time, and I have images from the protest, images from the families like being evacuated and escorted out, and then we have like of the soldiers. We have posters that say "won't fight another rich man's war." So stuff like that. That's the political aspect that really moved me. And in the background, it says "War is Hell." Every time I show this to somebody, they're like, "Oh, like the Smiths," and I'm like, "Oh no, not like the Smiths. This is mine. I did this. I didn't even know. I don't listen to the Smiths, so I didn't know that album cover existed." But yeah, this one's really cool. This one's really neat. And then on to the next one. This one is a little bit more depressing. It is about trans violence and just to spread awareness on it. The three main ones, you can read them, but I'll read them out loud. Trans rights are human rights. Black trans lives matters. No justice, no peace, and trans peoples won't be erased. So this took me like a day to make, nothing long, but it was really hard to make. Just news clippings of just transgender violence over and over again. And I tried to make the American flag trans in the middle. Didn't work too well, but I think it's okay. I think it worked okay. But yeah, so that does it for my high school art. My next one is like freshman year of college. So I actually ended up going home my second semester freshman year of college for personal reasons. Maybe I'll talk about them one day. Who knows? Story time. But I produced these, and these are probably like my best like um, performing on Pinterest that I have. I'll link my Pinterest down below. Go mess with that. But it's the first one you can see. It is kind of, it's like these four characters. One is from Shoe Bill, who's like a breakcore artist. I really like them. I like Shoe Bill. One of them L. One of them's Oshawott. And one of them is like this little cat thing. But I overlaid that with like a glitch with like a city, and then like I undid the color in the city. It was fun to make. It was a good one. And these are like wallpapers. These two. So that one was a wallpaper of mine forever until I'll show you guys the other one I made. And then this one is like a Pig Destroyer grindcore inspired one. The guy's shirt it says "I Heart Dr. Acula Grindcore." Or Dracula Grindcore. I don't know what you guys want me to say. And then this Pig Destroyer. This one does really well on there as well. And then the last couple, I know I've showed these before, but I really, really like these. So this one says "All Flesh Rots" with like the three faces. I don't know what it is about this, but I love it. I think it's the colors with mixed with the font. It's really nice. And then the next one is kind of a homage to Versus Self, one of my favorite bands. And it says "You versus You." And I really feel that right now. Like that's really like it's really hidden. It's me versus myself, and I'm losing. Um, but yeah, so I really like the textures on here, and that's where it all starts to build up. You want to build texture on top of each other because they interact different with different colors. So you need to build texture on texture with colors, and then put subjects in or font, and it changes everything. Like this one, boom. So as you can see, Your Arms Are My Cocoon, another band. Um, so this one's like a graph or like a map kind of thing, and then you have the logo, and then I put flowers over it. And the flowers weren't originally purple. I think they were like red. But when I messed with the overlay of the map and the logo, it made them purple, and that really stood out to me, and I really like that. And then another one is like akin to the grindcore one. This one's a MySpace deathcore one, and this one just speaks to me. I love deathcore. I love deathcore. I love new gen deathcore, but we'll talk about music another day. But yeah, that is all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was just a short one. I just wanted to talk about art, my evolution, and kind of my influences. And I really appreciate you guys listening. Bye.